You know how some years just feel bigger for a city? Well, for Edmonton, 2026 is shaping up to be one of those years. We're talking long-awaited projects finally swinging their doors open, some major policy changes really starting to take effect, and an absolutely stacked events calendar. Honestly, it feels like the city is leveling up.
So that's the big question we're digging into today. Is Edmonton truly leveling up? And more importantly, what does that actually look and feel like for those of us who live here? And this quote just nails the vibe, right? 2026 is shaping up to be one of those years where you can feel it. It's not just about one or two new things. It's this momentum, this energy you can just sense is building across the whole city. So let's break down exactly what's fueling that feeling.
Okay, let's start with the foundation, the policy stuff, and the big city building projects. Now I know, the word policy can sound a little dry, but stick with me here, because this is the behind-the-scenes work that's going to directly change how you live in the city for years, even decades to come.
All right, let's talk housing. So back in 2023, the city set this goal, right? To get 2,700 new, affordable housing units built and ready to go by 2026. A pretty solid, ambitious target. Well, get this. The city has already committed the funding or the land to support more than 2,900 units. They've blown past that original target and way ahead of schedule. And the thing is, by 2026, these aren't just going to be numbers on a page. They're going to be real homes in our neighborhoods. That's a huge step in making sure Edmonton is accessible for everyone. And speaking of neighborhoods, we got to talk about the new zoning bylaw. Think about it. Just a few years ago, your options on a typical residential lot were pretty limited. But now, as we get into 2026, those new rules mean we're seeing so much more choice. Things like garden suites, different kinds of row housing, even small apartment buildings popping up in older areas. It's a quiet change, for sure, but it is a massive shift in how our city is growing. Now, for every single person who's ever been stuck in traffic wondering about the LRT. So no, you will not be riding the brand new lines in 2026. But here's the key thing to watch for. Construction on the Valley Line West is hitting a huge milestone. It's deep into that middle phase, so you're going to see tracks and stations really taking shape. Construction is on track to finish around 2028. It's progress you can actually see. Okay, enough for the behind-the-scenes stuff. Let's get to the really exciting part. The brand new public spaces that are actually opening their doors for the very first time in 2026.
First up, over in North Central Edmonton, we've got the massive Coronation Park Sports and Recreation Center. It's all set to open early in 2026. And listen, this isn't just another community gym. This is a major new destination for the entire city.
And when I say it's a big deal, I mean it. We're talking a 250-meter indoor velodrome that could potentially host international cycling competitions, a huge fitness center, a bouldering wall, and it's all directly connected to the newly rehabbed Peter Hemingway Pool. This is an absolute game changer for recreation in Edmonton.
And here it is, the one I know so many of you have been waiting for. After a massive 3-year, top-to-bottom overhaul, the iconic Hawrelak Park is scheduled to reopen in the winter of 2025/26.
And this was not just a fresh coat of paint. They went deep. They replaced all the underground utilities, modernized every single facility, and totally rehabbed the landscape and the lake. The bottom line here is that Hawrelak has been completely rebuilt to last for the next generation of Edmontonians. Okay, so we've got these incredible new spaces opening up, but what are we actually going to do in 2026? Let's kick things off at the start of the year and see how the city is planning to help us all beat those winter blues. First on the calendar, we have Winterruption YEG. From January 21st to the 25th, it basically turns downtown into this awesome multi-venue festival full of live music and comedy. It's pretty much the perfect cure for cabin fever and a great excuse to get out of the house. And right before that, you can catch the very end of the huge Art of Banksy exhibit. It runs right up until January 11th. You know, having a world touring exhibit like this stop in Edmonton, that's a huge get for the city's art scene. Now, once that snow finally melts, Edmonton does what it does best. It just shifts into full-on festival city mode. And let me tell you, the 2026 spring and summer calendar is absolutely relentless, in the best way possible. So the summer season really kicks off with a true classic. Taste of Edmonton is back downtown from July 16th to the 26th. That's 11 straight days of just incredible local food and live music. But wait, look at this. Running at almost the exact same time, you've got K-Days from July 17th to the 26th. So for that whole 10-day stretch, Two of the city's biggest summer events are happening at the same time. The energy downtown is just going to be electric.
Then we roll right into the August long weekend for the Heritage Festival. For 2026, it'll be back at its temporary home at the Exhibition Lands, celebrating over 100 different cultures. I mean, this is the event that truly defines Edmonton's multicultural spirit. And August just doesn't stop. You've got the iconic Folk Fest up on the hill from the 6th to the 9th, and that's followed almost immediately by North America's largest fringe festival, completely taking over Old Strathcona from the 13th to the 23rd. It's an absolute paradise for anyone who loves the arts.
And if all of that wasn't enough, just look at the stadium schedule. You've got the legendary AC/DC on August 9th, and then Guns N' Roses comes to town to wrap up the month on August 26th. Both rocking Commonwealth Stadium. Yeah, August is going to be loud.
So let's pull all of this together. We've looked at policy changes, these massive new infrastructure projects, and a calendar that is just packed with events. So what does all of this add up to for the average person living in Edmonton?
Well, really, your 2026 experience in Edmonton boils down to this. You're going to have more choice in where and how you live, you'll have access to brand new, world-class public rec facilities, and you've got a non-stop calendar of events that makes it pretty hard to justify staying home. It's that combination of the, let's call it, boring but important stuff with the really fun, high-profile stuff that just screams a city that's on the move.
So it's pretty clear Edmonton is on the front foot, making some real, tangible investments in our quality of life. The question I want to leave you with is this. Looking at all these upgrades, all these openings, and all these events, what part of the city's 2026 evolution are you most excited for? Drop a comment below. We'd love to know.